Welcome to our presentation of Creo Parametric and our Human Factors extension. Basically, Mannequin allows us to bring in a person, and it can be a male, a female, of various nationality, the 5 percentile, 95 percentile. In this case, let's bring in a human male, 95 percentile, so a large U.S. size male, and bring it in as a Creo assembly. But it's going to be a specific one that I can use to better my design. In this case, the design of our snowmobile. So you see, I basically bring in a person, I point him in a given direction, and so forth. This is a standing, but of course, snowmobile, we probably want to have him sitting. So let's do, those are predefined. Basically, I go in and say, where do we want to sit? Where do we want to stand? Which way do we want to look? And let's work with it from there. Okay, so now I've got my mannequin, and obviously you can see overall, yeah, he fits on here, so we're doing okay, but we need to get more detailed. So specifically, let's go to our library of basic actions, poses, if you will. So in this case, let's tell him we want the standard sort of driving a snowmobile. So how do you do that? Your hands are out, your feet are down, you're looking forward, and specifically, maybe your hands, what do they need to do? Well, they need to be in a grip. You're gripping a cylinder, in this case the hand grips. So I'll say take the hands, put them in that posture, and then not just put them in a posture. It's like, can it reach? Can this mannequin of this size and shape, can he move his hands and reach there? If so, let's try it. So in this case, yep, hands can reach over there. I'll say put the palm here. Let's orient the hand using this particular plane, and that's what you do is you set up datum points, datum planes to say, yep, I want the feet to go here, and let's bring it in. Obviously, he's got a big foot. Is this going to fit? So I'll put it in the right location. I'll orient the foot, orient the hand, and then do my design. And that's what it's all about, is being able to use real-sized humans, real shapes, real jointed humans, and say, yep, will this fit? Will this not fit? Can he reach it? Can a small woman reach it? All of those sort of decisions that are really important to find out before you ever start building this. Is this fitting your target market? Is this going to be something that everyone can use comfortably? That's what Mannequin, that's what Human Factors extension is all about. Let's go ahead. We've got this mannequin set the way we want. Let's store that as a snapshot so that we can always come back to it. So when we start manipulating, moving him around, and so forth, making those decisions, we can always get back where we started. So in this case, we've got his hands. They're attached to the handlebars, and so that might be one of the first tests, or the first test was, can he reach them? Now, what if we turn the handlebars? Can he still reach them? Can his arm extend far enough and retract on this side, and so forth? So I'll start making those sorts of design decisions. Let's move the mannequin, and in this case, I'm actually moving the handlebar, but I've said keep his hands attached there. Basically, that snapshot is active, so when I move the handlebar, he moves with it. Let's consider things like, what's he looking at? Can he see things? So here's standard size, standard person. Well, he has a vision cone, and I can tell him, all right, I want you to specifically look at the GPS, if that's the main thing I'm starting with. So can he see it? What does it look like from his viewpoint? So I can actually open up a separate vision window, and in this case, looks like that's pretty good. He can really see the controls. He can see the on-off switch. He can see all of the center console there, the GPS or the instrument cluster. You can turn on vision cones, kind of, where's the near vision, where's the peripheral vision. Turn those on and off. Really get a feel for, yep, this is good, or no, this is a problem, and we need to move the GPS, we need to move the handlebars, and all those sort of things you need to decide on before you go too far here. All right, so we've said our guy fits pretty nicely. We might do some analyses. Where's his center of gravity? Is that going to work well? And how does that add up to the overall piece? I might start doing some customized analyses. this case, let's start with a RULA, a rapid upper limb assessment. Is this comfortable based on the weight, the distance, the frequency, and so forth? Give me a score. And it shows, okay, I've got a score of 3. Yeah, I may need to do a little bit more. So the idea is you start making these decisions. Comfort angle. Is this a comfortable place to sit? Or do I actually have him kind of bent up too much? Well, I can do a comfort analysis. Again, standard ergonomic industry calculations. These are industry things that we've basically built in to make it easy. So what are the angles that he's moving? Is he comfortable? We got an 81% score. I can go in and look, where are the problems? Looks like maybe the hips and knees are kind of bent up here, so if I may make some changes there, and again, that's the idea. Take a look at it here before you get too far down the road. Now I can go in and decide, okay, this is a given area that needs to be improved, so I might go into the mannequin himself and say, okay, well, what if we shrunk the gas tank down so that he can move his hips in a little bit further or something like that. So I'll go ahead and adjust, and you can see you can get a very, very fine level of detail of these various joints that are in the human body. In this case, I'm moving the right hip from 86 to 85 degrees, and again, maybe I made that based on a design change, or I'm just simply moving them around, and let's see, is this better? And if so, well, then our design needs to take that into account. So I'll do the comfort analysis again. In this case, I'll just rerun the hip joints and the knee joints, sort of the ones that were the problem spots there, and see if this is any better. So I pick the ones I want, do a store, and say, oh, yep, we're up to 91%. That's better. So I fix these. I might still do some more work, but that's the whole idea. Do your analysis in 3D before you've built anything. And then all of this works great, right, for a 95 percentile U.S. male. What about the rest of the world? Well, let's go ahead and make it a 50% U.S. female. All I have to do is swap this mannequin out and say, yep, let's redo it. Brings in a very different size person, right? And that's the idea. I'll go ahead and apply the snapshots where I have, in this case, she is grabbing the handlebars. So I'll say do that. And looks like she can grab them, so that's the start of it. And then I might go from there. Is she comfortable? Can she see everything? So let's look at her vision, right? So if I tell her to point her eyes at that screen, just like we did before, say that looks good, and let's look at the vision window. And I might say, well, okay, it's kind of cut off. So is this size person a big part of your key market? You might want to consider raising up that GPS or having the ability to make it adjustable. Those are the kind of decisions you can make to widen your scope. Make sure you don't have anything really wrong. That's the worst thing. I'll do the same sort of upper limb analysis, make sure that's okay. If I can live with a 3, we're good there. And then go ahead and do the same thing on the comfort analysis. So the idea is do lots of what ifs. Let's try various size people, various shapes, and so forth. Let's put them into these scenarios, seat them here, and see how it works. Okay, so now we're back to 86%. So is that okay? Is it not okay? Make those decisions. Go improve the design. Whatever it takes to make this the best possible. Obviously, everything's a compromise. You're dealing with different size people and so forth. Maybe even try with a child if these are if this is intended for be ridden by a child. Probably not one this big, but you could. And you can have multiple. Notice I can turn on a separate mannequin and say, okay, now we have a 95 percentile female sitting on the back seat. Is she going to be comfortable? Where is the center of gravity? What sort of motion? What can they look at? What can they see? All those sorts of things that really, really are important. So in this case, yep, get a good RULA analysis. We're happy there. Comfort, Go ahead and say, yep, let's check that. Do the same sort of thing. And again, just rerun those analysis. Make sure this is going to work. And the idea is these are Creo assemblies. I can turn them on and off. So maybe I normally have everything turned off and then simply make some changes. Go check it again. Do whatever you need. In this case, yep, we got 85%. Maybe it's not going to be comfortable enough. Well, make that determination and then go work on your design to improve that. But that's the idea. Bring in human factors as part of your design process, not something that happens afterwards once you've built it. Do it as part of your Creo parametric effort, and that is the human factors extension of Creo parametric.